Every time he touched his wife, the husband pulled his hand back in disgust. Then he'd grab a disinfected towel and wipe his hands again and again. Yet this man obsessed with cleanliness willingly drank the water another woman had left in her cup, as if his wife beside him were the outsider. 3 years ago, he and that scheming woman were actually lovers. But before his brother died, he made him promise to marry this woman. Since her brother had once saved his life, he could only tearfully give up his true love and marry his savior's sister. That night, she realized he hadn't married her out of love. From then on, though she was the wife, she became the third wheel. For the next 3 years, he brought the other woman home almost every day, and even gave her his entire paycheck each month. Though deeply hurt, the wife tried not to interfere. She worked hard to learn cooking, hoping to be a good wife, but he never took a single bite of her food. That crushed her completely. When the other woman went on a month-long business trip, the wife thought she could finally spend some time with her husband. Instead, he stayed at the base for that entire month, waiting to see his beloved when she returned. That was when she realized she could never warm a heart that didn't love her, so she decided to give him back to the woman he truly loved. She knew he'd never violate his brother's dying wish by divorcing her. The next day, she applied to join a secret organization, where everyone's identity had to be erased, and the only way to erase an identity was to fake one's death. Determined, she gave herself 2 weeks to cut all ties with him. First, she gave the new sweater she had knitted for him to a neighbor, since he never wore anything she touched. When he came home from the other woman's place and asked why, she calmly said she gave it to someone in need. Thinking she was mad about his absence, he pulled out his monthly allowance and handed it to her, but just as she was about to take it, a neighbor ran in saying the other woman was being harassed by a thug. He shoved the money back into his pocket and rushed out immediately. Knowing how irrational he became whenever that woman was involved, she decided to help him one last time. Sure enough, as the thug provoked the other woman, he arrived and started beating him furiously. The wife ran up and tried to stop him, but to smooth things over for the other woman, he threw the wife's allowance at the thug as medical compensation, then hurried to comfort the completely unhurt woman, ignoring his wife entirely. When he saw that the other woman had twisted her ankle, he offered to take her home, coldly telling his wife to walk back alone. Without a glance, he left with her. That was the moment his wife lost all hope. A week before her planned death, it happened to be his brother's death anniversary. He reluctantly left the other woman's place to accompany his wife to the grave. But when they arrived, the other woman suddenly appeared. Taking advantage of the moment, she mocked that he still loved her most. Then she pretended to twist her ankle and accused the wife of pushing her. That night, the other woman had an important performance, and 2 security officers were assigned to protect her. Now that she was injured, they blamed the wife. The husband sided with the mistress again, and even helped her frame his wife. The wife was arrested. When she refused to confess, the officers beat her until she was covered in bruises. In the end, she was forced to write a confession. After 3 days in detention, she returned home wounded and weak. Her husband explained that the mistress was too fragile to endure such stress. Hearing that, she completely broke down inside.